welcome back to Cooking with Casey. Today we are making back to school snacks. So I have created some really fun treats for us today that we're gonna make that get us back in that mood to going to school again. So whether you guys are gonna be doing school at home or in person, I have some really fun ways to celebrate that. One thing we're gonna make today are blackboards or chalkboards. We have the black background and the green background. We also have notebooks. And then we also have these cute little pencils. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make all three of these today. And I am gonna start out with our blackboards. So what you wanna do is you want to take a graham cracker and you're gonna take, I put it into a little container, but a couple of weeks ago, I had used these lovely candy melts in an activity. These are gonna be great and super useful today. The black candy melts are great because you actually get that good black color. It's sometimes hard to use food coloring to make something black, so I really like the candy melts. So we're using that a lot today in different colors. So I'm gonna take some of this black and I'm just going to kind of glob it on here like that. And I'm gonna spread this all over my graham cracker. Now this candy melt, it tastes a lot like a white chocolate chip, if I'm honest. It's really nice and sweet. It's kind of a little bit different than icing tastes. It's a little bit more like a white chocolate chip flavor. All right. And I am going to spread that all the way around, right to the edges. All right, next what I wanna do is take a couple of little pretzels and I am going to stick those right on the edge. All the way around just to create the border. Oops. There you go. So now I have that cute little border. Oh no, stay on. There we go. Gotta push it into it. Okay, so I have my nice little border right there. And then I'm gonna take some cute little candy letters. And my pretzel doesn't want to stay on. There we go. I'm gonna just take a couple of these. You guys can spell out whatever you want. I made some that just had ABC and a couple numbers or let's play. I'm just going to put a couple more on here for you guys. A, B, and C. And I think I will put an exclamation point on there as well. So there is our blackboard, just like that. If these are freshly melted, then this will stay super sticky for a long time. I melted these probably 10 to 15 minutes ago, and so they're starting to cool. So my pretzels are not sticking very well, but they will stick a lot better if it's freshly melted, I promise. All right, so I'm gonna move that forward. And we are going to move on to our next one, which is our cute little pencils. So what we want to do with this is we are going to cut the top of this into a triangular shape, just like that. And you can definitely munch on the little extra bits, because why not? There we go. And then you're gonna take the tip of this and we are going to spread some of the white on the top, just on that triangle part. Like that. And then on the bottom, I don't know if this is melty enough still. Let's hope so. We're gonna put the pink for the eraser. I'm dripping. Nice big pink eraser. And then lastly, now you guys can do this with the candy melts. I might have to briefly grab my chocolate chips. I might be able to do this. So you just want the tip of it to have that little black dot. You can use mini chocolate chips or you can use some of the black candy melt if you want to. Mine is starting to harden. These melt, like remelt really easily, so if they do harden, it's not like chocolate and it'll get gross or anything. It'll melt again really easily, which is nice. All right, so we have our pencils and our blackboard. I'm gonna set this off to the side so I can show you guys how to do our cute notebooks. So I took some already made Rice Krispie treats, some prepackaged ones, little Rice Krispie treats. You guys can make them from scratch if you want to. I did show you guys how to make Rice Krispie treats, so if you would prefer to make them yourself, you go right on ahead. I just went ahead and did these because they were already in the right shape. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flatten this out just a little bit, make it a little bit skinnier and a little bit wider. So I am just taking my fingers and pushing down, and I'm going in a circular motion around this. So you can see that it got a little bit wider and definitely skinnier. So I'm gonna do that with this next one. You can also push on the plate if that's easier for people. If motor skills, it's hard to pick it up and squish it down, that is okay. You can push it against the plate. All right, so what we're gonna do for this one is I'm actually going to use some white icing. And I am going to cover the top of this with some delicious icing. Whoop. Okay. And then second one. So we're making that really standard notebook paper. What you can also do with this, if you want to get a little bit more creative, is you can get different colored icings or color the icing yourself if you want to make the outside of a notebook, you know, and label it like math or science or whatever. I just don't trust my skills in writing things that small across the top. So I decided not to do that. So here's what we're gonna do to make it start looking like notebook paper. I really love these Betty Crocker icings, and I don't know if you can see on here, it might be hard. There are these little lines on the tip of these, and there's normally a third one, and I just snipped it at the very first line. The second line or the third line are gonna be way too thick, so I just snipped it right on that first one. so that it's really skinny lines. So I just start on one side, and I have to keep putting pressure the whole time across. Just like that. Almost done. Okay, and I'm gonna do my second one. What's really good about doing these treats is if you have multiple kids and they want to participate with this, you don't necessarily have to buy multiples of like the icings or anything like that. You can just have them work on different treats at different times. So if one of them's working on the notebooks, maybe have the other one work on the blackboard or the pencils. That way you don't have to get too many. Got a little drip. I'm just gonna lick it because it's delicious. Okay, next we're gonna take the red one. We did the same thing, snipped off the little first line, and I'm gonna take this and do one. Come on, red icing. There you go. Do one line up this way. Starting to look like notebook paper. And lastly, I'm gonna take my black and I'm gonna make the holes on the side. We can get it to go, hold on. Come out. There we go. 1, 2, 3. And again, if you would prefer to just use a mini chocolate chip for those, you can, if that's easier. And then I'm going to write a plus over here, because that's what we all want, right? Want those big A pluses. And then I think over here, I'm gonna just make a smiley face because that sounds like fun. And there you go. Those are all of our fun snacks. So they're very doable. They're very, flexible. You can do these differently however you want to. And these are really great if you guys end up having some kind of little back to school party in your house, or you want to bring treats to school or whatever. But I am going to enjoy one of these Rice Krispie treats because they look really delicious. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I hope you're getting so excited for school. Bye, guys.